Hey guys, Norm from Bearable Traders. It's November 2nd, 2018. First, I want to apologize for not putting a recap out in the last few days. I have been sick since about last Thursday or Friday. I tried to do a recap yesterday, did it 4 times, and every one of them was messed up, whether it was no sound or part of the charts weren't showing, so I gave up on that. Anyway, hopefully this one's clean. I had 5 trades today. Overall, had a pretty good day. Get right to it. So my first trade was on Starbucks. It was an opening range breakout over the entry at 934. Kept waiting for a pullback. It gave me a pullback, and I entered the trade right there at 63.43. This was a rookie mistake. I didn't give myself enough room. You can see it came down. It didn't. It came a couple of cents or a cent or so away from VWAP, and I set my stop too soon. That's why you've got to give it plenty of room. Just take a smaller size. You don't lose within your tolerance zone if you give it the right size. Should have held through that, given it a couple more cents. Anyway, it had a nice run. You can see there's where I got stopped out. It never made a move to the downside. And this would have been a nice long run and would have been very profitable. So, small loss, mistake on my part there. Oh well, move on. Second trade was AbbVie. I'm going to come back to that because I had my last trade was on AbbVie as well, so I'll do those together. KHC was my third trade. KHC, it was a fake breakdown at the open here. Reversed in the second 5-minute candle, started coming back up. Once I saw that it was coming through VWAP right here with increased volume in that little candle, I went ahead and took it long. My stop loss was a little bit below VWAP. My profit target was up here near above this moving average on the 5. So this candle here, I stopped out when it came back down, took one piece of profit, came back down, made a little bit of money. It was choppier than I'd liked it to have been. I would have gotten stopped out down here. So it wasn't a great trade, but can't complain too much about it. My next trade then was on NWL. So NWL was a bit of a cluster mistake as well. So this looked like an ABCD pattern to me, and I mean it was. Consolidating up here right around 1902, 05. I got in that trade at 1902. The high of the day at that point was 1910. Look at how far these are from these moving averages when I got in this trade. Now, on the 1, it was fine. I thought this was a consolidation pattern, but that looks more like a double top. I should have noticed that. I just thought it was really consolidating in this range to be able to get into it. Unfortunately, I was mistaken. You know, it was too extended from VWAP at this point. I should have given it a chance to come down. If one was more patient, you could have picked this up when it came back down to this moving average. Then you'd have had a nice little run up. Unfortunately, I chased it. Don't chase. It never works. My reports show that I have very, very little chance of winning a trade if I'm chasing it. So, in light of that, I went ahead and flipped my position because I thought this was a reversal. I was FOMO'd. Don't get FOMO'd. This was just stupid. I thought, oh, okay, well, if it's not going to give me the run up I want and it's going to go back to VWAP, then I'll just get my money back, coming back down to VWAP. No, garbage, newbie mistake. Don't do it. So then after that, I had one last trade. Thank God. So AbbVie was another one I took at the open. This was a scalp. When I saw this come down, this large bar on the 5-minute chart, come in here and go toward the 50 moving average, I thought, oh, look at that wick. And then it came over, tried it once more. Once that second time came in and it couldn't hit that, I was all about getting in this for a quick scalp back up to VWAP. Sure enough, was able to get a little bit of money out of it. Stop the rest out at break even just in case it was going to reverse and go ahead, just test VWAP once or whatever and come back down. It's kind of what it did look like on this wick. And sure enough, it came down a long way. My second trade and my last on AbbVie, my last trade of the day, which made my day, was this one right here. So this was a little bit risky of a position, but I had this 200 moving average down here, sloping up, and now DAS has added this. If you don't have it, it's a great indicator. Sloping moving averages. If it's sloping on the, I've got it on the 200 and the 50. If it is sloping up, it'll be green. If it's sloping down, it'll be red. So AbbVie, it reported good earnings this morning, good outlook and everything else. Gapped up a little bit, sold off past previous day close, tested this average, and when I saw this large wick on the 5 and on the 1 right there, I had my eye on it, and when it broke above, I usually don't trade these 1-minute strategies, but when it started to break the top of this candle right here, I went ahead and took a long position. I took that at 79.39, which proved to be a great entry, and it just steadily went up. I was waiting for moving average crosses, testing previous day close. I took off my first one just below this. It was a little soon, but just below this previous day high or low level, and then I took off a little bit more just past it. Held on for the rest. As you can see down here on the 5, this got a great run all the way from the 79.39 I got in, and I got out my last piece at the 50 moving average right there at a 81.55. So that made my day. It's Friday. I hate being red on Fridays. It's not good for psychology, thinking about it for 2 days over the weekend. Put it in my pocket, go home. So thank you for watching. Trade safe. Have a great weekend.